Hi, and welcome to this latest conversation. Today, I'm once again joined by Dani Grieveson. Dani's a repeat guest, and Dani's a motivational speaker. She's an author. She's also a coach and always brings a whole lot of positivity whenever we have our discussion. So, Dani, thank you for joining us again today. For people who haven't heard our previous conversations, tell us a bit about you and what you do.
Oh, thanks, Adam. Always a joy to be with you. Thank you so very much. So, my work is really about helping people ignite better energy in their mindset. So, preventing things like burnout, overwhelm, stress, in mainly high pressure, high performance environments where people's attention to detail really matters.
No, that's so important. And as a busy lawyer, I can attest to that. These sort of high pressure environments, we're constantly, we're under pressure. And you've developed a new tool called Fuel Check, and the link for that will be in the description to this video. What led you to develop this tool for people? What problem were you trying to solve with this new tool?
Great question, Adam. So over the years, yes, I've done motivational speaking, but really the essence of what I do is about injecting the mindset with greater energy. That's the crux of it. So what I wanted to create was the essence of what it is that I do. And coming from an automotive background, I thought, let's create that inner fuel switch that we all have, and how to make that go from empty, running on fumes, to much fuller. So igniting that inner fuel. So fuel check is an acronym. Like I'm sure in legal space you have many acronyms.
Absolutely.
This is another one, and it's based on so much research. It took a long time to create, but I really went in to create, well, an academic, scientific, and really credible framework that people could use. So it's really about a power surge in a moment. It's designed to be used in under 60 seconds, and I'm really delighted to say that since developing it, Adam, I've delivered it across APAC, Asia Pacific for McLaren. I've taken it to trauma survivors, so some of what you do. So I've worked with domestic violence victim survivors in a women's refuge. I did a mindset after trauma workshop delivering this for people in that light. And then last week I delivered it to 150 lawyers at a motivational conference.
And you survived. That's a good thing. After speaking to 150 lawyers. Um, at the root of what you've been talking about seems to be this concept of energy. And I know it might seem a stupid question, but why is energy so important to living a switched on life?
That's a really good question, because we all say about our greatest friends or people at work, they've got great energy, they've got,
Mm.
they're a good vibe, and it's so bounded around. But for me, Adam, all of my work is founded in those more difficult moments, those drained moments, those moments when we feel that we're on the way to burnout.
Mm.
I call that feeling a little bit short fusey, because we might be on a short fuse with co-workers, or indeed our loved ones at home. And we all sense when we're short fusey, or on the way to burnout, or overwhelmed, or procrastinating, or indeed, I think it's a very common thing in society these days, is that people don't want to go to things. They don't want to go to either networking events or business development opportunities. They just haven't got that energy or charisma or sense of self to move their work or daily life forward. So that's really what I wanted to tap into. That in moments of overwhelm, procrastination, self-doubt, stress, people had this framework that they can go, right, let's go from just feeling fine or mediocre to fully on.
No, that's such an important insight, especially post COVID, the way we've seen people and just wanting to go home and hide kind of thing. Yeah, and I know certainly that short fusey is so true that it can drain you and lead you to be so just get snappy with those you love. Certainly. So you said it was an acronym. So tell us, what is the fuel check? What does it stand for? What's it all about?
Okay, let's deconstruct it to reconstruct it. So I'll go through each letter,
Yeah.
Fuel, and I'll go through some of the science and data behind it, just so people really understand where this is coming from, Adam. So F is for focus. F is for focus. So Microsoft research in what they call their work labs shows that we are interrupted. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you how many times, but we are yeah, loads interrupted by chats, by emails, by phone calls in our working day. Guess what?
Wow.
275 times. Their research shows that. So what that means is we are constantly taken away from
Mhm.
focus. We are moved from it. And then McKinsey and Co, massive workplace researchers, their um, experiment, if you like, over 10 years, they did a 10-year study on productivity. So when we are multitasking, trying to move from these things that take our focus, and the kids need wellies at school tomorrow, or your boss, can I have 5 minutes with you? When our focus is taken and we move into multitasking mode, it's actually really counterintuitive to our productivity, our output, if you like, and indeed our energy. So this focus one is really, really important. So the McKinsey studies show over 10 years that when we are focused on one thing, on one job, how much does our productivity increase? This was a 10-year study. Productivity in percentage term goes up. Again, I'm not going to put you on the spot, Adam, by asking you. But actually, when we're focused on one thing rather than multitasking, our productivity increases 500%. That's a McKinsey company study. So when we are focused on one thing, so the first F, focus of the fuel check is the question is, what is that one thing that you need to focus on right now? What is that one thing that would move you forward? One thing, because there always is just one thing that would move you forward. Then the U is, I love this, is for upgrade. I'm all about lifting life, expanding experience of work and daily life. So U is for upgrade. So again, this is based on some research from the University of California, which showed that when we are interrupted, when our focus is taken, how long does it take to come back to that task? How long does it take to bring your focus back when you've been reminded that the kids need wellies, or your boss just messages to say, have you got 5 minutes? Because you might think, oh, what did I do? What did I send on that email? Who did I CC that into? Who sees, all of that goes through your mind. So University of California research shows, Adam, that when we are interrupted, it actually takes 23 minutes to regain focus. So when we're moved away from whatever it is by those interruptions, 23 minutes of productivity are lost. That's a lot. So this is all about upgrading your energy. So the upgrade is about changing your physicality, changing your state, changing your mentality, so that you have got the focus and the energy to move to that one thing that you need to focus on. So I ask in this upgrade in the U, I ask, what is the thing that changes your physicality? We all have our thing. We all have our thing. Commonly, though, breath is something that changes everyone's physicality. You and I love yoga, Adam, so breath work is so much part of that. But big, deep breaths, there's a breath that I often share called the Vegas breath. It's a count of inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Vegas is in the vagus nerve, not the place, and it presses into that 4, 7, 8. Those are the counts. But anything that upgrades your energy, such as Adam, what would yours be actually? Your little momentary upgrade of energy.
I think here's an insight. Downstairs, I've got a vibration plate. I don't know if anybody's heard them. Jump on that for 10 minutes. It shakes you about and certainly gets you moving. So if you've been, and today I'm on a standing desk talking to you. So I find if I've been sitting for a long time, get the standing desk out, put yourself in a different posture. So something like that. But often it's that physical movement, isn't it? When you've been so sort of stagnant at your desk.
That's great. I love that plate that you've got. Literally
Mm.
shake it up. And I work with a leader that delivers conferences in Vegas, actual tech conferences. And what this leader does before they go out on stage is literally stand in a room and have a shake. Shake
Mm.
up, dance. But I was delivering to people about it, and one chap actually said, "I wrestle with my dog. That brings me good energy, having a good wrestle with the dog." But maybe it's a momentary connect with someone. It's one of those people that does give you good energy. So that's the upgrade. It's that what's going to change your energy in that moment. For me, it's often have a little dance, or indeed some breath work. So focus, upgrade your energy. Then E is for embark. And that's about embarking on a small step, taking that small action, not a big step. It's about what I call breaking inertia or stagnation. So we all kind of procrastinate sometimes, or we're overwhelmed. But what is that small step that would break the overwhelm for you? We often know what it is, but we're not cognizant about what it is. So taking that small step to break the inertia. And this comes from the learnings of a book behind me called The Progress Principle. And this book talks about how when we have small wins, it boosts our engagement. So engagement at work for me is going the extra mile, more energized, more investment in what you're doing. It boosts engagement. So small wins boost engagement and enhance your creative thinking. Now, I know in the legal sector, Adam, it's not always about creative thinking, but what this means is clearer decisions, better thinking, and then, of course, better actions. So
Mm.
small wins, that small embark. And then the L, Adam, is about live, making this small habit part of your life, or indeed your strategy, your vision, your routine. Because Carl Jung, the psychologist, he said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." And then we've got that timeless quote from Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, which I love. He said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is a habit." And I love developing people to their excellence. So fuel is focus, upgrade your energy, embark, and live. That's it. And it's that micro boost in a moment. So that's it. Do your fuel
Uh,
check.
it's fantastic, Danny. I love the way you've broken it down. I think for each one of them, one of them might stand out to people. For me, the focus aspect certainly stands out because I know the way my brain is, and I'm often doing 14 things at once, kind of thing, and actually how much my productivity would increase if I focused on what is my one thing to be doing now. But equally, I love that idea of people taking small steps because so often things can seem so daunting, and just that little win gets you moving and builds that momentum upon which you can build those habits of what you repeatedly do. You've given us so many and probably answered my next question, but let's see if there's anything else. You've given us so many practical tips there on little, like the Vegas breath, like, you know, these different things we can do. Are there other practical steps people could implement today? Are there any other practical tips you could leave people with?
I think it's remembering this fuel check, focus, upgrade, embark, live in those moments that you are feeling drained, overwhelmed, stressed. Because I always want my work, Adam, to be about those more difficult moments,
Mm.
because that's when we need to call on these resources to help us and guide us through. And a bit like you, I had a day a couple of weeks ago, and like you, I love to exercise, and going to the gym is very much part of my rhythm. I like that endorphin release. It's more about the mental for me than the physical. And I was in the gym one morning, and like you, I had a busy day, and there were complexities in it, a lot of mindset shifts as well as clients, and anyway, I got to the gym, and I was in there for 15 minutes, and I was sort of with the weights doing some sets, and I thought to myself, I haven't even got time to be in the gym. I've got such a busy day. I need to go home. And I just thought, no, Danny, fuel check yourself in this moment. Focus. What's the one thing that's going to move you ahead? The endorphins.
Mm.
Focus, upgrade, have a little shake, do your reps, embark, take those reps and live. I know that the exercise is very much part of my habit, my routine for greater, mental and physical fitness.
Now that's really helpful, Danny. The way you describe fuel check is really like a reset button or
That's it.
to put it in other language, a pattern interrupt. When we're stuck in a pattern, that we can use it as a pattern interrupter and reset our day. If people want to take this further, either accessing your resources, getting more information, or even connecting with you in terms of having you come and speak for their organization or do some one-to-one work, how do people take this further? What's the next steps for people?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Adam. Well, people can contact me through my website. It's DaniGrieveson.com. It'd be a delight to support and ignite that inner fuel in the mindset. I often say, we've spoken a lot about exercise, haven't we, Adam? I often say my work is not a workout, it's a work in.
Hmm.
We go in. And this is what the fuel check is about, your inner fuel. So going from fine or a life of mediocrity to fully on. And that's what I like to support people with.
No, that's great, Danny. And so often we're so focused on working on that outer self and spend so little time on that inner self, and that's so important. And you can certainly know those people in your office who are fully alive and those who are barely functioning. The difference is huge. Danny, thank you so much for joining me again today. What I'll do is put for everybody Danny's details below and a free resource that Danny's created outlining the fuel check and these different steps you can use as a reset button for your day. So thank you so much for being with me again, Danny.
Thank you, Adam. You're a great man.